Welcome to part 6 of the coding tutorial walkthrough for learning the Django web application framework. So let's get right into it. So where tutorial 5 left off, we built a tested. So last time we spent some time writing tests, both model-centric unit tests. Let me show the tests. There we go. We wrote some model tests, testing out some methods. Well, one method of the question model, and we also wrote some view tests, testing HTML pages and using a web client interface to actually make a request to generate a HTML page and checking its status code as well as checking for the content on the page. So the view test is a higher level test. It's almost end-to-end, whereas the model level test is a lower level test. This time, what are we doing? Aside from HTML generated by web application need to serve additional files such as JavaScript, images, CSS. In Django, we refer to these as static files. Okay, we're talking about static files. Maybe we're gonna add some CSS, styling, customize your app's look and feel. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to add some static files, which include CSS, JavaScript, and images. And the way to do that is first we need to create a static folder within the polls directory. Let's do that. Okay, so there we are. Django has a static files finders setting in the settings.py. Settings.py. Let me find that. Where is this static files finder? I don't see it. Okay. It may not be defined, this static files finders. Maybe we can define it. It contains a list of finders that know how to discover static files from various sources. One of the defaults is app directories finder, which looks for a static subdirectory in each of the installed apps. Okay. I guess that's fine. We'll use the default behavior probably, which is to automatically look for the static directory. So we're going to put a, and we have to namespace this guy as well, which means we're gonna make a polls subfolder inside the static folder. So as you see here, and then within the polls directory, we're gonna add a style.css. And now we can actually start writing some styles. So I'll copy this style. Okay, does that do something? Oh, we have to put in a line into the template that says load static first. Interesting. Might have to do this for everything, to all the files. Okay. Load static, and then we're gonna link to the style sheet. Okay, I'm gonna put this href on a separate line. Apparently we're gonna need to inject some dynamic Python code. So this says static polls style.css like this. Okay. So we're calling a static function here within the template. That's what it looks like. And I guess that function will know the exact location of the style sheet based on how the Django sort of static finders have been configured. But currently we're just using the default configuration. So, you know, we don't know too much about how it works at the moment, other than that it'll find if there's a static directory inside our app. It'll go find that one. Okay, so let's run the server. So we'll do python manage.py run server. Okay, let's run the app. Polls. Okay, it doesn't like what I did here, and it says invalid block tag on this line. Did you forget to register or load this tag? I thought that's what this is. Let me see. Did I do something wrong? Oh, okay. There are no parentheses. These parentheses, they shouldn't be there. It's not a function call. It's a tag, whatever that means. Whoops. Okay. I'm gonna try to reload this. Ah, there we go. Okay. We have these screen links now. So that worked. They are green. I could make it a different color if I wanted to, just to prove it. Magenta. That's what I'm feeling. Yeah, magenta. I could even do hot pink, but that's pretty hot pink already. Now we're going to add a background image. Okay, what should I use as the background image? What should I use? I'm gonna Google for. Oh, I know what to use. I'm gonna use maybe one of the Hakusai views of Mount Fuji paintings, and use that as the background image. Can I do that? Yeah, like one of these. Yeah, let's go for that one. That's a beautiful view of Mount Fuji. Wow, that is actually stunning. I'm using that. Gonna save it into my Django directory. Going into my polls directory static, and then I'm going to call this background PNG. Okay, so I got my background image, and now let's link it in. So body, let me double check that we have the background image. There it is. Nice. Wow, so beautiful. Okay, body. We're gonna basically configure the body element of the page to use this background image. Put your image. Okay, yeah, I got my image. URL images. Oh, should I create a subfolder called images? Sure. And then move this in there. Okay. Pulls images. Oh, you want it to be static polls images. Okay, so have an images folder within the polls folder. Okay. So in that case, this is like a relative URL reference. Mine is a JPEG. And we're gonna do no repeat. See if that works. Oh, and it does. Okay. Wow. I mean, that's beautiful. We don't see the Mount Fuji picture because it's kind of too big. Maybe if I scaled it down a little bit. Let me scale this image down. I think I can probably actually use the preview. Go to tools and adjust size maybe. Yeah, I can scale proportionally. So let's say I'm gonna scale it down to width of 1600 and save it. Saved. Okay, now it's more reasonable. And well, the font color isn't great. I'm going to try to maybe what would be a good font color. So the magenta, I'll leave the magenta, but other text color maybe need to be something more visible on this blue background. Okay, so I gave it yellow. So something like this. This page doesn't even have a title, so I'm gonna give it a title. I'll say this polls, recent polls, maybe latest polls. How's that? Okay, so something like that. Here's the basics. We can get more details in the static files, how to reference. Okay, that's it for part 6. I'll see you in part 7.